Greetings petrolheads, welcome back to Automation, the car company tycoon game. Today I actually wanted to make a 1976 or so, a Spark Mark IV, but there aren't any good or any bodies I would have liked to use. So instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna facelift this one and only just change this aesthetically and only use in a 4 version, because obviously with the V8, I mean, we could use the flatplane V8 in a faster version, but and now that I've said it, it actually sounds like a pretty good idea. But yeah, we're not gonna be using a Chevy V8 in this thing anymore. Right, so what do? We set the year to 1976. Okay. We go here. What do we change about the aesthetics? It looks so classic and like timeless. We could give it some different vents on the bonnet. We could change the size of this grill right here. Maybe make it a little bit narrower. Make it run all the way. This is as far as it's gonna go. Maybe replace these with like these kind of headlights. The project. Oh. So this is the body with the kind of headlight holding things. So these would now be set inwards. I think I'm gonna change the body style though to this. Then I don't like it anymore. Then I don't like it as much anymore, I should say. What if instead we use these ones? Perhaps? It's pretty much the same thing though, isn't it? But projector headlights are pretty cool in 1976. Do I keep these? I actually might. I might keep them. Yeah, okay. So there is that. And then I'm gonna replace the one singular vent that went between the indicators and the number plate with a couple of thinner vents. Make it look a little bit more refined, some more details. And of course we can't just get rid of the old vents on the bonnet without replacing them with new ones, because this is still a pretty attention-seeking car, if you will. Sure, these kind of... Where's the engine? There it is. So you can kind of see through the vents onto the engine. Oh, that kind of looks terrible. What if you use those instead? Also the positioning, it just doesn't feel right for them. They need to go like here or maybe here. Yeah, but that's not really on the bonnet anymore, it's more on the fenders. It's okay though. Now what do I change about the rear end? I could give it a little something like this. Place those just slightly further inwards. Maybe make them a tiny little bit smaller. And then I could use just different types of taillights. I could use one of these. And then, oh no, this goes too far now. We need to make it like that. And of course we need indicators, and we need these ones. To overlap the red ones here. Like that. Then again, if this is just a small facelift, I think this should be fine. This should be good enough. Yeah. It's gonna get the wait, let me rename this for now. Inline 4 facelift. Okay, it's gonna get a new generation, you know, in in the early 80s, probably. So, engine. We need to clone this thing. Okay. Attempt to index a nil value. Excuse me? So you're telling me this engine doesn't exist? Let me check. It does exist? It does exist. I don't know what the matter is. Okay, I think it might work now. Now we need to advance up to 1976. And wait about 7 years, and there it goes. Okay, we need to run this thing on regular fuel first of all. That means... Sure, why don't we just do that? We keep our power level exactly the same. At 145 horsepower, that's exactly the same as the old generation made. It even uses a slight little bit less fuel, perhaps. Okay. That's the only thing I could come up with. Right. This would be... Yeah, now it's getting pretty old though, this body style. It's getting a little bit dated in 1976. How about performance? 7 seconds 0 to 100 is not bad. We need a little bit less cooling airflow. Can we crack 200 kilometers an hour? Yeah, we can. We can. With a fully clad on the tray. 5-speed manual. Seven seconds. Not very much wheel spin. 205s are fine. Oh. Can you not go like that and then perhaps reduce that brake fade by a little bit? Yep. Oh. Yeah, now it's obviously completely gone. We do not have brake fade on the rear axle, so that's really good. Don't have any aerodynamic fixtures on this thing. 2 sports. What? Why does this have a luxury 8-track? That's why it gained so much weight over the, like, from the facelift. Instead of, excuse me? Why did it get advanced safety? I don't understand. In any case, now that it's a slider again, it's quicker and it's more economical as well. So now it should be cheaper here, and it is. Right. Yeah, this thing now has a proper performance 4-cylinder for its time, and it is also, you know, somewhat economical. Although I'm pretty sure we can do a little bit more with that. We can make it more economical. Let's see. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, let's leave the standard on. It's not gonna give us that much more performance anyway. Yeah. Don't wanna go with a cat, because that cuts down power way too much and it's not necessary for the emissions just yet. So what do we do in order to decrease fuel mixture? We could increase the quality on the fuel system, which would reduce emissions in its own right. But I don't think I want to do that. Instead, I'm gonna go with a slightly sharper cam profile. Maybe not. This actually doesn't look that good as far as the torque curve goes. $65 is fine. I might still leave this RPM limit at 7200 though, because more revs means more performance. Yeah, 6.7 seconds and slightly less fuel consumption as well. Okay, didn't increase costs, and yeah, right. That's fine. Now I'm gonna clone this one. And put excuse me, this one in here. Obviously this demands a lot more cooling. It makes a lot of wheel spin, so much is for sure. But it'll also use a lot less fuel than the previous generation with the pushrod V8. Let's give it 225s all around. That'll make for just a little bit more grip. Roll angle or bottoming out is okay now. We also still weigh less than 1,000 kilograms in this thing. That's awesome. 5.7 second 0 to 100. Oh yes. This thing is fast for its time, of course. And then this is going to be the V8 facelift with a new flatplane V8 that we introduced in the Flare Mark III, making more power, making less emissions. Actually, the Spark Mark III originally came with the 6.6 liter V8 making 380 horsepower, and that's no longer gonna be an option. But then again, this is still very fast. Not quite as powerful, and definitely not as torquey, but it puts it can use more of its power, although it still makes a lot of wheel spin, but not as much as the 6.6 liter 400 cubic inch V8. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the facelift of the Mark III Marina Spark. And there's gonna be a Mark IV coming relatively soon. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave a like or a comment if you did. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.